Geoguessr is easy. So easy, in fact, that some pros have even gotten up to 400 plus countries right in a row. So let's make it hard. There's different levels of difficulty to a location. Some are easy because they have lots of clues, but some are impossible because there's no info or they're meant to be bait. So I gathered 5 of the hardest possible locations around the world, and I challenged 6 of the best Geoguessr pros in the world to see if they could guess the country. Whoever gets the most right out of 5 gets $250. For reference, I took the same test and I got 1. Oscar, we're back. Are you ready?
I am, man.
All right, Jake, we're back. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. A little nervous. I don't know what's coming at me.
I'm here with Jelotris. Are you ready?
Good.
That's all that matters.
I am ready.
We got RC here. RC, I'll put a graphic on the screen up here where he's maybe the NPC GOAT in our little community right now. Let's see if he's really the GOAT today. All right? Yeah, okay. Not to hype you up. You're actually kind of trash, okay?
Okay,
all right. All right, Ziggy, are you ready?
More or less.
Alright, let's just get straight into the viz here, okay? 5 locations, 2 minutes each round. Your goal is to guess the country right. All of these are hard, but they're gettable. Nothing here is supposed to mindfuck you. It's all gonna be a, oh, that makes sense after type of thing. It would be in your first 10 countries you would guess, I think on all of them. And that's kind of the way we should look at this, maybe. I made these not impossible, but gettable, but not easy, okay? So, round 1, 2 minutes on the clock, starts now.
Okay, we have a fence that's rather reminiscent of the New World, I would say. Not the most European-looking fence.
So we have a dirt road. We have some interesting trees. The fence is quite interesting too.
I mean, that fence is quite American. Something weird is going on, obviously. US, Mexico, first thoughts. If it's not these, then it's probably a 50-50 between these, surely, you know? I feel like it should be anything else. Surely it's not like the weirdest Kenya. That'd be too weird.
So I see some pines. I see some rather dry landscape and mountainous. I mean, US obviously went through my head. I feel like the fence kind of reminds me of US a little bit. So that's something. I don't know.
For some reason this seems familiar. On the other hand, it doesn't. The first thing I immediately noticed was the fence, and it looked pretty like American without like the reflector on top. If there was a reflector on this fence, I would instantly go US. But I mean, obviously the kind of road and location here is kind of weird for it. Maybe would consider Mexico as well.
I think this should be the US, if I'm going by my gut. It's not the usual US, but definitely possible. I think I'm not gonna overthink it. Or do I?
Wow. I don't really know what to make of this. I thought it could be Europe, something Southern Europe, like Turkey comes to mind, which I guess isn't really Europe, but like something like Spain could work. And then I also thought it could be something like the US. I don't know where. Like the fence almost reminds me of California, but the trees look really weird. And like the row of trees doesn't look very California at all to me, but the stuff in the background feels like it could at least conceivably be there. And then my other thought is Latin America. It looks like Gen 4 to me, but something like Colombia or Peru sort of works in my head as well. But there's kind of a lot of options there.
25 seconds, that was a lot of countries.
That was a lot of countries, and I don't really know where to go from there.
We have some mountains in the background. It almost feels a bit Mexican to me. The way we have like these thin fence posts and this kind of grassland. USA comes to mind, but I don't know if the trees really fit that well for US. Chile and Argentina are possible. South Africa's possible. Australia and New Zealand. I feel like I'd pick it if it was Australia. I don't necessarily think it's Australia, though it's quite possible.
Low-key, we're kind of on the left side of the road, though. Like, our car is slightly on the left. I don't know if that's really something. So I could see this being Australia, maybe. Like, this could be some weird pines in Australia, so... yeah, that's possible. Well, I guess, like, Argentina or South... Nah, not South Africa, no. I wouldn't say South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not US, so I'm gonna have to go Mexico.
Mexico, final answer.
See, yeah, Mexico makes maybe the most sense to me, or US, they kind of make the most sense to me. I could also see if it was Europe, Greece working pretty nicely. That would be wild if it's Canada and one of the rain shadows or something. I'm looking Mexico. Let's go for that.
Mexico, final answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just go for US.
US, final answer.
Yeah, why not?
No, you know what? I'm locking it in.
US,
I go
final
with
answer.
US. Yes.
I don't know, US, Australia. Should I go for Australia, maybe? Yeah.
Australia?
Yeah, I guess I'll lock in Australia.
I honestly, Latin America's kind of calling to me the more I look at this. Colombia almost seems too obvious with the fence, even if it's different from your usual colo fence. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at, but I will try Peru.
Peru, final answer.
Final answer.
The answer is South Africa.
Okay, yeah.
And I will say, I think you're the only one that even mentioned South Africa in your spiel. It is South Africa.
What?
Yeah, that's Yeah.
Wow.
I will say, Jake, you're the only one to get the hemisphere right so
Oh
far.
my god.
South Africa.
Okay.
And
I didn't see that.
I also went US on this. So if that validates you or it
Fair
doesn't,
enough, that sounds-
you have joined everyone else that has also guessed US on South Africa.
Okay.
Dude, and I said,
And you
I said, nah, it's not South Africa.
Nah, it's not South Africa. You know what? It
Okay.
happens.
No.
And no one has.
Why did I
gotten it
not
right
consider South Africa, bro?
yet.
It doesn't sound
one
that hard,
has.
actually.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight. All right, round
Okay.
2. All right, Blinky, 2 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll need it. Well, clearly have some Southeast Asia Latin going on. First thought it was Southeast Asia, but I could easily see maybe Colo or Mex. Cable situation on those balls is really, really strange.
All right, I know no one's seen your talker now, and we'll get back to the good guesses in a bit. But right now, I have to talk about something real quick because this is an ad by geoguessr around a very cool thing that is very important to talk about, and very cool thing that I think you guys will actually enjoy. So if you guys don't know, there's a new support a creator program on geoguessr. So basically, I have a code Rainbow, and basically myself and other creators out there have these codes, and if you enter this code in the shop, basically it supports both the geoguessr and me because, well, a geoguessr gets more money, and then they can spend it on things like the geoguessr World Cup and make cool events and more cool features on geoguessr like this. And then also some of it goes back to me as well, and I can buy lunch. And also, you get a cool dripped out avatar. So it's a win-win all around the board, right? Yeah, so it supports everyone. But if anyone out there is actually interested in joining the creator program and wants to get a code, you can actually go to join.wehype.com/geoguessr and learn more about that. Basically, the requirements are you have to have 20 average Twitch viewers, or you have to have 5,000 views on average on YouTube. And you can get a code and get dripped out and have your community support you, which is a pretty cool thing that geoguessr is doing. And I'm all for it because we all know how cool the avatars are, and we should all be buying smiley masks and supporting the other creators. Like, what else would you rather have? A smiley mask or like a cup of coffee? Use code Rainbolt, www.join.wehype.com/geoguessr. And let's get back into the video and watch these pros suffer.
I don't really know what that pole is. That blue thing over there, that's really throwing me off. And the wires as well are very strange. Red soil. Colombia is possible. Maybe that's just because I've been playing Colombia a lot. I could see it. I guess Mexico as well. Philippines also went through my head. I don't know.
First thought Indonesia. Reason being, this like random blue pole feels very Asian to me. But then again, we have like one of these fences, these like fences made of trees, which you see a lot in Mexico. So that's kind of my now my second thought.
I mean, there's a couple countries that are possible. Peru is possible. Green Peru, like close to Accra. I know there's Gen 4 now. That's also what I'm thinking the most right now, but these wires don't look like the ones they use there. Could see, I mean, it looks Latin, but could also be like Palawan maybe? I didn't look too much into Palawan Gen 4, but definitely possible.
I also don't see any trees that like typically strike me as typically Asia. I can actually see Peru here as well. So let me see. We don't see any car action going on here. No, that's unfortunate. Could have really helped.
I guess my first thought was Brazil. Just kind of reddish soil, very tropical vegetation. But again, it looks super kind of generic. I mean, it looks like we have a fence. I mean, it looks like they're horizontal, like wires. So like we might actually have a fence above the road, which again kind of makes me think of Colombia. Then it could just as easily be Asia. Like Thailand works with the soil color.
This looks like either Southeast Asia or maybe like Colombia. I noticed like I don't know even if it's like a fence on the right. Kind of looks like a weird stick fence you would find maybe.
But yeah, this fence made of trees is very reminiscent of stuff. Like this could be like Veracruz or Tabasco or something in Mexico. I feel like you see those quite a lot there. The random blue pole, definitely interesting to me. Definitely that reminded me more of Southeast Asia. I guess like, Philippines, Thailand, both possible. Brazil's obviously possible. Like that has to be like one of that's like if you like play with that really thinking about it, they probably just go Brazil. Same thing with like Colombia, like be pretty like obvious second choice as well.
Yeah, I could see Philippines, Indonesia. I could see Peru. I mean, I feel like Peru works again. It's so hard. It could be Africa for all I know. Probably wouldn't have 2 Africa locations, but I'm not sure about that at all. Yeah, again, I'm kind of between Latin America and Asia at the moment, but I'm not sure how to narrow it down. The fence feels, or what looks to be a fence, again, feels super Latin American to me, as opposed to Asia. We have some sort of blue pole, but I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, so I don't want to trust that too much.
It's a weird like blue pole there in the left. I just noticed that. I have to risk something because it's obviously never gonna be the obvious choice.
What's the obvious choice?
Obvious choice for me would maybe be Polo, but or Indo.
Okay.
Never Brazil.
Ziggy is known for his rural abilities. Let's see if he's able to pull it
Yeah,
off.
let's see.
It's like I'm not sure how much I want to lean into it being weird. Something unexpected. Feel like it looks more like Sam though. Surely there's copyright somewhere.
Looks like there's some button left that fancies you.
I can't even read it properly. It looks like a 19, is it? No, there's no way. I will say Mexico again.
Mexico, final answer.
I'm kind of thinking like either Philly or Colombia. And I guess since it's not something I specifically recognize in Colombia,
It's
sure,
Columbia
Philly or
rent free in his head.
it is. It really is. I think I'm gonna go Philly though.
Philly.
I just don't see anything that specifically reminds me of Colombia that much.
Okay, 25 seconds. Would you like to lock in Philly?
Yeah, I'll lock it in.
Philly is locked in.
I think it might be a bit silly, but I think I'm gonna go Peru again.
Okay, final answer.
Guess Peru until it's Peru. Final answer.
Could be Thailand. Stick with Latam, I think. Let's hope it's not Panama. There might be a Latam bait city, but I go with Indo.
Come on, I'll just stick with Colo, even though the blue thing is really weird.
Final answer.
Yep.
I think I like Mexico. I feel like I've just seen these like fences made of trees there. Okay, what about like Kenya or Nigeria? Nigeria is actually not a bad shout. I'm not sure if I've ever seen those fences there. It would be a very like rural and thin road for Nigeria. Normally they cover the bigger ones. You know, I'm just kind of hung up on that fence again. Maybe just because I've been playing too much Mexico, I want to guess there again, you know. But yeah, I'm a lock Mexico. Let's go for it.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer.
And you were in between Mexico and Colo is obvious. And maybe you should be going in between Mexico and Colo for the obvious.
Because it's Panama.
Because it's
Okay.
Panama.
Yeah, that makes sense.
RC. If something looks like Colo but isn't, and we always forget about one country, what would that one country be?
Mex probably.
Or in between the two?
Or Panama. Oh man, yeah, that makes sense. I see it now. I see it. Okay, that's why it kind of felt like Colo, but I couldn't really recognize it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think. Have you ever seen that blue thing in Colo?
no,
Never seen
definitely
that.
not.
Alright.
Yeah, that was
That's-
throwing me off, and the wires as well. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what those black wires are.
And if we've learned anything in the game of geoguessr is, if you're in between Mexico and Colo, then it's probably actually in
Yeah, what?
between Mexico and Colo.
Wait, what?
Probably Panama.
Oh, you know, this one is so crazy.
The answer is Panama,
Oh no.
which is kind of the Latin America
Oh,
stuff we were
no.
thinking about. Yeah,
Oh, that makes so much sense. Man, I might even have guessed that if I had thought of it.
that's the
Oh,
exact
dang it.
thing. It's just like that's the exact thing. Everyone, you just have to think of it. You know, no one ever
it.
thinks of it.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, it's still like not enough on my radar that
Exactly.
it comes to mind.
Yep.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Dang it. That one I feel like I should have got. But...
Jules, there's a popular saying. It goes, "Fool me once, shame on you." Fool me twice, shame on me.
Okay.
The answer is Panama.
Okay, yeah,
I mean,
it makes sense, but yeah, I mean, didn't look into it too much to confidently guess there.
all right, Ziggy, let's think about this. We would never forget about a certain country and lose a tournament to that country, would we? Is this over Australia?
Yeah, it could be.
I'm going Karen's.
I go Philippines.
Someone
I go
goes
Philippines just in case.
Mm,
it's
Panama. I never get
Fuck.
Panama there.
Oh my god, is it actually Panama?
It's Panama.
Okay, but here you actually don't see the blur. This is...
Yeah.
With Cola, I'm not that far off.
No, you're close. You get like a solid like 3,900. You know, that's solid. No one remembers Panama exists. I'm sorry. Like you just forget Panama exists. All right, round 3. It's on the up and up from here, Jake. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
2 minutes start now.
We have snow coverage, light snow. I mean, again, my first thought here was just Europe. I mean, it just looks like Europe. It looked like maybe birch trees back over there in the background.
So the immediate thought here was Norway, but we're in Europe roulette and nothing can be taken for granted in Europe. Trying to get copyright here, don't think it's really worth it.
Okay, immediately the vibes were all in Europe, like Finland, but it's not gonna be that easy, sure. Like the field really doesn't feel finished. Might be 21 copyright as well. That would make it interesting.
Like this just reminds me of Finland, really. But I guess I just have to think, can it be something else? I mean, I guess it could be another Scandinavian country. That's always an option.
Sweden, probably. I mean, I can zoom in and see that the copyright is 21. Can it be Finland? Thought Sweden here, or maybe Canada? US?
It could be Canada. We have a weird drainage down this side. Snow Gen 4, especially Snow Gen 4 is a lot like in Quebec, Ontario. even up to New Brunswick.
Again, are we driving? So I guess we're driving on the right. We don't really see the back of the car, which is weird. This be something else. It's not in Europe, maybe. Surely it's not Russia, right?
US is possible. So if we're driving right, yeah, we're basically in the middle of the road here, although it looks like we got the dust, so this should be the back of the car. And we don't see any back of the car here. Like, normally in Europe, you can see the back of the car.
No snow poles, no nothing, which probably eliminates Sweden. There's like a house on the left side of maybe.
Bro has a wide monitor on this still
Bro,
image.
actually, now that I see it,
yeah.
I try to imagine there's something in the distance on the right side of the road, like something white sticking out, and it's not the snow, I think.
So much snow. Like that forest. Like it shouldn't be Russia because of the amount of snow that covered. I don't think it makes sense. There are like so many birches. Which could leave US, Canada, Sweden, basically.
Trying to see the copyright because I'm thinking it could possibly be Germany. Like that Germany seems like a reasonable guess.
2022.
It's 22. Okay, thank you. Okay, appreciate it. Well, in that case, I don't know. I mean, I could see
30
something
seconds.
like France. I could see UK or Ireland could work. Although again, I don't really know about the snow coverage. It's kind of weird. It feels pretty northern to me, like with the vegetation. I could also see Sweden, Norway, Finland. That almost seems too obvious. It could be Norway.
The birches are just too weird, I think, for Belgium. I think maybe Denmark is
30 seconds.
possible. Do I ever try Denmark? No, I feel like there's too many birches for Denmark as well. Is it ever just Russia, though? I don't think so. The trees don't particularly look Russian. They don't really strike me as North American, though. So I kind of still want to just lean somewhere over there. Scandinavia.
Okay, Canada is possible. Could be like Quebec or something. Trees felt more European. That kind of forest in the background felt more Swedish or something. Oh, I really don't like that. Like, the car is definitely suspicious for North America. Canada, Sweden, Norway. There are definitely other options here, that's for sure. It could even be
10
Southern
seconds.
Europe. It just didn't, like, elevated a bit with so many birches.
I mean, if I put this in Europe, it's gonna be a gamble because there's too much that's possible. So I will stick with my Canada shot.
Canada, final answer.
Yeah.
I'm between Canada and going some European country. Which one do I take? Go Canada, why not? We also see the blur, so that would fit because we don't see any car.
Canada, final answer.
There's no... Yeah, I'll go Canada, like Ontario.
It's like obviously Sweden, Canada, US for me. It's gonna be Sweden. If it's Sweden, I'm pretty mad because I feel like it's the most obvious one, but I feel like it's not gonna be obvious, so I'm going US.
I think I would trust my instinct that this is Europe. And I think of all the options, I think it's like Sweden, Norway border, and I'll go Sweden.
Sweden, final answer.
Final answer. Let's go.
I'm thinking like Norway or UK maybe. I'm actually gonna try, just because it's so flat and it seems kind of weird, I'm gonna try Norway.
Norway, final answer.
Yeah.
I'm just going Finland, I think. I'm going Finland.
Finland, final answer.
Yeah.
Geoguessr, the answer is Canada.
Let's go.
The answer is Canada.
Ah,
You're right
Yeah.
there. The answer is Canada.
Ah, dude, it is. Okay, man.
You
I feel like
called
I
it.
trusted
You
Carl
called
more
the
in these,
car.
bro.
You called the dust.
Yeah.
You were right there.
Damn it, bro. The one thing that made me not go in the end was we don't see any, like, signage here. It feels kind of rural in a European way with, like, no houses, no infrastructure. I don't know. That's the feeling I got.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
It is.
But the good
It
news,
really is.
you still got two left.
I still got a
You
chance.
still got two left.
That was one of the opportunities there. Had to clutch it up.
The answer is Canada.
No way. Are you serious?
Canada. And
That's really annoying.
I also went Norway.
Like 100% I thought of Canada. I just like
Yeah.
it looks so much like Europe that I couldn't bring myself to
The
guess it.
field
but I
looks
should've.
so
I should
European,
have. I should have.
like, everything,
It honestly
yeah.
it was higher probability guess to just go for the big NA country rather than picking between a million different European countries. It could have
Yeah,
been.
that's fair.
But,
Yeah. All right, you can go 2 for 2 and still take the lead here, though. So listen, nothing's impossible.
I'm starting to lose hope a little bit, but
No.
you never know. You never know.
The answer is Canada.
Okay,
Let's go. That's massive.
nice.
That's massive. I
That's
see.
doable, I think, with
Yeah, that's
a bit
doable.
of thinking.
You're supposed to go Sweden, Finland, Norway on this, I think.
Not me, though.
But not him, because he's Timothy, and he's my teammate, and that's why he's my teammate. Lock the fuck in, okay? I will say, it is one again where you said it doesn't look like that.
It's probably like Canada or something.
The answer is Canada or something.
Yeah.
It is Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Round 4. Are you ready?
Yeah. First off, what am I even looking at? This looks like South America. 2019. We're looking at copyright in Gen 3. My first thought was some weird road in Kolo. And it's also overcast, which also happens a lot in Kolo. I guess Kolo again, and it's probably gonna be wrong.
I mean, when I saw it, like, first I was Colo. Can it be something else? I don't know of any roads in Peru that look like this. I don't think there's any roads in Ecuador that look like this either. Bolivia, no. What else would work? I don't know. It just really reminds me of Colo, to be honest.
What's possible? What's possible? Again, Peru might be a cheeky Colo. Something about this vegetation, all this moss and stuff like that.
Immediate thought was just Colombia. So clearly this gets a lot of rainfall, like quite high up. I think there might be a few roads in Argentina, maybe in like the Cordoba Mountains that look like this. It does kind of feel like something like an Argentina Gen 3.
It's Gen 4, I think. It's really foggy. Really Gen 4. That or it's Gen 3. Unfortunately, I can't really tell very well. But, I mean, foggy coverage, I don't know. I've seen coverage like this in like Argentina, for example.
Bro, it's one of these roads. One of the Andes countries, surely. I feel like I'm mostly between Peru and Colombia on this one. I don't think any road in Bolivia. Like, I don't think it's the actual road in Bolivia. That's foggy coverage.
Could it be Europe? Could it be like Asia? I don't pick where this would be outside Bhutan. I'm not, and I would recognize if it was Bhutan, I think so. Unless it was like a crazy Sri Lanka. Yeah, I just don't really see that. Crazy, yeah, some Africa, I think I would also recognize it, even though technically something like this would be possible there. So I think between Argentina and Colombia, maybe with like Peru or Bolivia as other options in that region.
There's no way it's Europe or anything. I don't think it's ever Africa. I mean, it could be some weird Asia. Well, everything's been Western Hemisphere. So much Western Hemisphere. I'm scared to guess Argentina. It's like the only thing at all coming to mind right now, but it still feels wrong. Wait. I just thought it could be Australia or New Zealand.
This is a crazy round regardless. For a second I also thought Australia maybe, like some really weird... I'm so on Kolo because I feel like but the vegetation feels like so north, or like maybe we're just very high up in the mountains.
Do I just insta-send Colo because it looks like it? That'd be wild. I don't know. I can't see anything else. Like I'm running through everything in my head. Like soil is weird, I guess. It fits for Colo though. Shri went through my head. But I don't think you go Shri here ever. Like, I don't think this, like, Horton Plains area and Shri kind of looks a little like this, but I don't think it's there specifically. So, I think I'm just gonna send Colo then. Lock it in.
Colombia, final answer.
Yep.
I have to go with something wild, though. I want to say Australia.
What was your gut? Your gut's Australia?
Not really, but I'm not going with my gut. I mean, it was like Peru first, and ferns type of... Not really ferns, but they looked like
So
it.
what's your
So I
final
thought
answer?
like New Zealand, but if this is New Zealand, I feel like I would have seen it before, so
So your
I'm
final
going with
answer is
Australia.
Australia.
Those trees are kind of weird.
1 minute.
I don't know. First thought is Peru.
Final answer.
Hope it's not Bolivia. Yeah, I guess.
Blinky,
I guess
final answer.
anyway I would toss it up anyway. So yeah, just my first. I'm going with my first thought, surely. Yeah.
Alright.
Might as well.
Blinky locks in Peru.
I'm gonna go for Australia.
Australia.
I hope it's not New Zealand.
Final
We'll see.
answer, Australia.
I will just go with Kolo, honestly.
Colo. Final answer.
I will not come up with anything that makes sense in my head.
Final answer, Colombia. By Dersey.
Yeah, Colombia. I'll ride or die with Colombia.
Ride or die.
Might
When
as
in
well
doubt,
guess on the
Colo
five
it
round.
out.
Yeah, why not?
Like, I feel like if it was obvious, it would be Colombia, because that's immediately my first thought, but maybe it's more on the Arge side, just because it does feel so strange. Ooh, just last minute 50-50 here. What's it kind of look like Peru in the background? Oh, bro, it's okay. It's either Colombia or Peru, I think.
Final answer.
I'm switching last minute, bro. We gotta go for something crazy. I'm going Peru.
Final answer. Austria goes Peru.
Yeah, I just looked in the background. Something looks Peruvian, even though I think like
Zigzag
Colombia-
throws up the haymaker and makes it. Final second Peru call out. And it
For real?
is. It is Peru.
Dude, I just like everything in the foreground doesn't look Peruvian, but I just looked at some of the
Oscar.
trees in the background.
Lock
Yeah.
the f in. Okay, Jake, your strategy going
Yeah.
into this in the first 2 rounds were, maybe I should guess Peru until it's Peru.
Oh no.
Jake, you should have stuck
No.
with that strategy because
No
this is
way.
Peru.
Oh no way. Oh, that makes so much sense too.
You were right that it is South America. Would you like a second guess in South America?
In South America, second guess. I mean, probably Peru then.
The answer is Peru.
Yeah, okay.
You still got
Fine.
like a solid 2100 if you were playing in the game.
And also, I tell my teammates.
And we have a hedge.
Peru.
You know, that's what the
Oh.
96 Bulls. You know, that's why we're in third place right now. You know, so the answer is Peru.
Really? No.
Colors rent free.
Dude, colors run free in my
That's
head.
right.
This actually looks like color though.
It does. Delicious. It's Peru.
Yeah, I mean, the moss looked a bit weird for Peru, but it makes sense.
And the answer is Peru.
Nice.
To tie it. To tie it last minute. The final two. Round 5. Let's go.
Yeah. Ooh, I feel like I recognize this, bro.
Does he know the road?
Do I know the
2
road? Okay,
minutes.
well, if I know the road, it would be Cambodia. If. Okay, let's have a look at that.
I was maybe thinking Australia with the pavement, or maybe something like East Nusas in Indo. Maybe like because we have some volcanic rock here. At least it looks volcanic.
I guess I thought more Asia on this one. Like, we also haven't had an Asia yet, which supports that, but I should stop trying to metagame it. But it does kind of look like Asia to me. Like, I could easily see an Indonesia, although that almost feels too obvious. Like some weird, like, East Nusa or something I think would make sense. The other one that came to mind was Cambodia. Like, I've seen some weird roads in Cambodia. I don't know if I've seen one that looks exactly like this, but there are definitely some just wacky, like, Beatty roads in Cambodia.
My first thought was a Crow Island. Then I thought South Africa. Could be Italy. That would be too non-Beatty, I would say. I'm gonna pretend like this 23 copyright helps me here. I don't think it does. It just means this country had recent coverage, but that's just too many, I think. Kinda can't make out the vegetation, but kinda looks like South Italy. Everything else looks like Crow, but something's telling me it could be South Africa.
This looks so familiar for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, I have an idea. I think it's like Cambo. I think it was in that like national park in the southern part of the country.
Cambodia just immediately sticks out like a sore thumb to me. Thailand or Cambodia, but Cambodia feeling better of the two. Ecuador I could see here, for sure. Just trying to think where we've had locations so far. Southeast Asia has been missing, I think. So that would also feel pretty good. Malaysia would be wild. I don't think I've seen that ditch in Malaysia before. Ghana I actually would have considered, were it not for the blur. Blur should mean we're not there. And it is... Oh, it's actually... No, it's not Gen 2, is it? Yeah, it's not. Okay.
I'll go with a little Indonesia here. Maybe like a Sumba. Why is it 23 copyright, by the way? It's Gen 3, right? Maybe a Malay? Maybe a Malay. Nah. I'll go with Indo.
Indo, final answer.
Indonesia, yeah.
Okay, Thailand could work, I guess, although I don't like it as much. Philippines, I think for some reason my gut is just telling me to go Cambodia here. I have much of a reason why, but I just feel like it could be, so I'm gonna go ahead and say final answer, Cambodia.
Cambodia, final answer.
Once I thought about it, I feel like that has to be the answer, just because I don't know. It just reminds me of there. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in Cambo here.
Locking in Cambodia with a
I'm
minute on the
locking in
clock.
Cambo.
You know what, I'm gonna just go with what I thought first, and that was a Crow Island. Yeah, I will stick with that. I don't know.
Delicious. Final answer is Croatia.
I'm just gonna go with my first thought here. I'm gonna go Cambodia. I know it's a country you like, and I feel like it's a decent shout.
Bro, isn't it just that road in South Cambodia, like the national park?
Final answer.
I guess, yeah.
Lucky 5K is the road. 2 seconds. And ties it. Okay. Well,
Bro, that's... I mean, I guess probably many people failed the Canada-US 50-50, but that's kind of annoying.
it is Cambodia! Let's go!
Yes.
Oscar currently takes the lead with 2.
Okay, bro, I could have had 3. But
could've
still,
had
that's
3.
great. I'm happy, bro.
But you've
I'm happy.
eliminated 3 people in that one guess.
Let's go. Oh, dude, I had the vibe there. I've seen similar rounds before.
Yeah, this was the only one I got right. Cambodia.
Oh, I think I know which road it is.
Luckily, your teammate the night was the only one he got right.
Wait, you got this?
This is the only one I got right.
Let's go. All right, clutch it up with the last
Clutch
one.
it up.
I was really worried. I was just gonna go 0 for
Go
5
0 for
there.
5. Listen, I guarantee you a lot of people will. So that's nothing to.
Yeah,
And I will say thank you for the validation because the only one I got right was also Cambodia.
Nice.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
just, I guess we're just 2 pieces in a pod over here.
We are.
Jake, you've done it!
Yes, let's go.
It's
Let's
Cambodia.
go. Still in it.
Oh my god, nah, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that.
Unfortunately, Blinky knew the road, so it's quite unlucky. Alright, so I put together an insanely hard map, and I said Blinky, Oscar, 1v1. Whoever wins this 1v1 NMPZ on this map wins the $250. I have no idea where any of these locations are at all, but it will be interesting to see what they do here. Zigzag's in. Blinky is in Thailand. Both people getting that Blinky closer. 634 points. Round 2. What is this? Is this a Kenya or something? I think is what I would do here. Zigzag's in. Blinky is in Kenya, Western Kenya. I think that's a 5K. It is Western Kenya. Round 3. Looks European, maybe? No, this is Asian. It's somewhere in Southeast Asia, I feel like. With these trees, but I'm not too sure where I would go here. Maybe like in Indo or Philly? Zigzag's in again. Blinky is in Sava. Who is right? It's Indo. Sumba. No big points there. Only 38. Round 4. And this is where we get into the multis. It will be big points. What is this? This is a weird US. Like a weird Gen 2 US. Or like a Canada. Very, very difficult location. We have a southern Spain guess here by Blinky. Let's see where Oscar goes. I honestly don't know. I could see Spain. Tasmania. And Oscar does it. That is insane. Actually insane there. I would never go Tasmania there. Wow. Oh wow, this is new Gen 4 coverage, but we go back to 2010. Looks way different. You get the Spiky Boys are in Taz, I guess. So Oscar might have seen. Alright, congrats to Zigzag.